Shine into the sea. It's a little funky town. It up like dynamite. Oh, na 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 na, like that. Smooth like butter, like a criminal undercover, come up like trouble, breaking into your heart like that. School chasing, yeah, hold on to my mother.
All right. So I think you're all here. Yeah. Okay. Yes, someone is asking if we can go through past papers. Yes, we can do that. Let's just finish with this, then we get to do the past papers. We'll get to do the past papers. Right. Okay, so now we're on, we did the surds. Now we want to rationalize the denominator. So we started with revising the natural numbers, whole numbers, and all those. Then we did the surds. Now we're coming to rationalizing the denominator. Right. So when do we rationalize the denominator? We rationalize a denominator when our denominator has got something like this one here. It's got square root. Can you see here? Yeah. So we have a square root. Our denominator has got square root 2. So when it is like this, we don't want it to be like this. So we rationalize. So how do we rationalize one like this? To rationalize this, we're going to say, remember it's root 3 over root 2. So we're going to multiply with the denominator with this. So it's going to be multiplied by, let me just do this. Multiplied by root 2 over root 2. So this is how we rationalize this number here. We want to rationalize the denominator, which is root 2. So we multiply by root 2 over root 2. All right. Okay. Let me just mute all. All right. So this is how we rationalize, né? So the root 3 multiplied by root 2 is going to give us what? It's going to give us root 6 all over root 2 multiplied by root 2 is going to give us 2. Then we are done rationalizing our question. Do you all understand how we do this? Oh, they say the color is light, I can't see. Oh. All right, let me use a different color.
Sir, can you please explain again?
Pardon?
Can you please explain again?
All right.
Hey,
All right. Let me do this.
Sorry, sir, I got close to over root 2 by.
Pardon?
Sorry, sir, can you please explain again? I think
Yes,
I'm
yes,
lost.
Yes, we are doing that.
Right,
Remember, our question is what? It's root 3 over root 2. So we want to rationalize root 2. So to rationalize our denominator, pardon? Yes. If you want to speak, please raise your hand. Don't unmute and then, because we are disturbing. Yeah, please unmute, guys. All right. So we want to rationalize this root 3 over root 2. So how do we do that? We say equals to. This is our denominator is root 2, the one we want to rationalize. So what do? We will say root 3 over root 2 multiply by root 2 over root 2. The reason why we choose to multiply with root 2 over root 2 is because we want to rationalize our denominator, which is root 2.
Because 2 times 2
Then,
in a root is... Are you proceeding, sir?
All right. Someone is saying, can you start over, please? All right. Our question is root 3 over root 2. It is equals to, we want to rationalize our denominator, which is root 2. So to rationalize our denominator, which is root 2, what do? We multiply by root 2 over root 2 with our denominator here. So root 3 multiplied by root 2. Remember the powers are the same here. Remember, the powers are the same, which is 2. So we can multiply the insides, the 3 and 2. So we can put them under one square root. So it's going to be root 2 times 3 over root 2 times 2. We can say it's equals to what? Root 2 times 2. You can do it like this. Then it's going to give us what? It's going to give us root 6 over root 4, which is equals to root 6 over, remember root 4 is a perfect square. So what is square root of 4? Square root of 4 is the same as 2. So our answer is going to be root 6 over 2. I don't know if you all understand, guys. We wanted to rationalize square root of 2, so we multiplied by root 2 over 2. All right. Mona Lisa, have a question? Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Can you ask the question?
Sir, can you please start over? I didn't get it.
Okay. All right. Okay, let me start over for the last time now. Okay, let me erase this. Everything here. Please listen carefully. Ne? Please listen carefully. All right. So we want to rationalize root 3 over this. What is our denominator here? Our denominator is root 2. The reason why we rationalize it is because if it's a fraction like this, we don't want the denominator to be an irrational number like a root 2 like that. So we want to rationalize it. So it's going to be root 3 over root 2 multiplied. Okay, I see questions here before I proceed. Okay, okay. Someone saying next question, please. All right, Daniel, I see you. There's still one doesn't understand here. Just 1 minute, we'll finish with this. All right, root 3 over this. So we want to rationalize root 2. So what do? We multiply by root 2 over root 2. All right. So now the powers of the roots are the same. Can you see here? Here and here and there, all the powers are the same. So we can put the numerators under one square root. Same thing with the denominators. So it's going to be equals to square root of 3 times 2 over square root of 2 times 2. The reason why we put them under one square root is because the powers are the same. If the powers are not the same, we don't do what we are doing now. So don't get me wrong, okay? All right. then equals to square root of square root of 3 times 2 is going to be square root of 6 over square root of 4, which is equals to square root of 6. There's nothing further we can do because square root of 6 is not a perfect square. So we'll write it as it is. So it's going to be square root of 6 over square root of 4. Square root of 4 is a perfect square. So it's going to be 2. Yeah, I see. Ne? All right, so let's proceed. Ne? So if still you don't understand, it's fine. We'll do other more questions so that you can understand. Let's go to number 2 now. So now we want to rationalize 3 over root 3 minus 1. So this one, it's a bit different from number 1. So how do we go about this one? So this one, we're going to say 3 over, we're going to say 3, oh, that's wrong. My pen is getting stuck. What is happening here? All right. So it's 3 over root 3 minus 1. Then here, when we rationalize this, it's going to be multiplied by what? By square root. What's that? What's happening with my pen? Okay. By square root of by square root of. Can you all see? I see there are many questions here.
Please proceed, sir.
What is happening?
Can you please proceed?
All right. Okay, let me erase this. Just want to erase this so that it's not afresh.
I want to say
All right. So we're going to multiply this by this plus 1 all over square root of 3 plus 1. This is how we rationalize. Ne? Let me do it properly here. This square root is stubborn. It doesn't want to be removed. So it's going to be square root of 3 plus 1 over square root of 3 plus. I don't know if you can all see. This is what I did. Ne? 3 over root 3 minus 1. You multiply by root 3 plus 1 over root 3 plus 1. Okay, let me just cancel out this. This is how we rationalize. Ne? Why do we choose this? To rationalize this, remember, we want to cancel, we want to get rid of this square root of 3 minus 1 at the bottom there. Okay, let me see. There are many questions. Okay, I see. Yes, what we are doing is it's more like reversing a difference of 2 square. Eh? You see here it was root 3 minus 1, but here it's root 3 plus 1. So we're trying to reverse this root 3 plus 1 by doing what we are doing now. All right. I hope you understand. Then we move forward. So now you're going to multiply this with that, this one with that. So it's going to be 3 multiplied by root 3 is going to get root 3, 3 root 3 plus 3. I multiplied this with 3 multiplied by root 3, I get 3 root 3. And then 3 multiplied by 1, I get 3. All over these ones again, I'm multiplying with the other ones on this other side. So root 3 multiplied by root 3 is going to give us 3. And then root 3 multiplied by 1 is going to give us positive root 3. And then minus 1 multiplied by root 3 is going to give us minus root 3. And then minus 1 multiplied by 1 is going to give us minus 1. Then what do we have here? We have 3 root 3 plus 3 all over. Can you see that the plus root 3 minus root 3 are like terms and they're canceling out each other? So we're left with 3 minus 1. So it's 3 minus 1. So which gives us 3 root 3 plus 3 over 2. Let me see a question here. Oh, someone, Murenden, is asking why plus 1. Remember, if the question was 3 over root 3 plus 1, we were going to say minus 1. We reverse this sign here. You see the sign here? Murenden is asking why are we saying plus 1 here instead of minus 1? We are trying to reverse this. So if it's negative here, here it's going to be positive. If it was positive there, then it was going to be negative on the other side. You understand? So the other reason also why we are choosing to be positive 1 instead of minus 1 is that we want them to cancel out as we are solving. Yeah, I see some of you are a little bit ahead with this simple things, eh? But then just be patient a little bit because there are still those who don't understand how these are done. Yeah, I see Yonela is raising a hand. Yes, you can unmute and speak. Yes, Yonela, you can speak.
When you reach when okay, yes, I'm speaking. Sorry, sir, can you please explain to me where you were left with 3 root
Okay, where I was left with
3 all over 3 minus 1? I got you. Where you were left with 3 root 3 plus 3 is equal to all over 3 minus 1.
here. Where? Let me see.
No, this side here.
Here.
Yes, sir.
You mean here, ne?
No.
Just
Down.
below. Here. Or you mean here?
Just
You want to understand?
Huh?
on the following step.
On the? I just can't hear you clearly. I just can't hear you clearly. You're saying where? Yeah, I just missed the question. Huh? Yeah, but guys, this is what we do when you rationalize a number like this. It's like you know a difference of 2 squared. Eh? With a difference of 2 squared, like the one we did here. Let me just reverse it a little bit. Let me just
please go back to number 1.
Pardon? All right, let me just clarify something. If it was 3 over root 3 plus 1, when we rationalize, it was going to be 3 over square root of 3 plus 1 multiplied by root 3 minus 1 over root 3 minus 1. Can you see here? If the sign here is positive, on our number here, it should be the other way around. If it's positive, it has to be negative. If it's negative, it has to be positive there. It's like we're trying to cancel out this by its difference. Actually, let me see. All right. All right. No, it's fine. So I hope you all understood. If you didn't understand, then we'll do it again. So let's move on to our what we are doing next. So now we just want to revise exponents again. Let me just erase all this. We will be done very soon. Just be a little bit more patient. Okay. All right. This is stubborn. Doesn't want me to erase. Yeah, stop writing on my board. Who's this? Who's busy writing on my board here? All right. Laws of exponents. So we basically have 5 basic laws of exponents. So these ones we should know them by our heart or by our heads. I don't know how to use them. All right. So the first one, if you multiply numbers of the same base, we add the exponents. You can see we've got our base as a and the exponent as x and y there. So we add our exponents, as you can see here. When you multiply numbers of the same base, you add the exponent. So don't forget. All right, so this is the first law I think you're all familiar with. So let's move on to the second one. The second one, if we divide numbers of the same base, we subtract the exponent. Can you all see? If you divide numbers of the same base, you subtract the exponent. Then the second one, and then the other one, you can see, number 3. All right. Number 3.
I think one example.
Can you see the brackets there? You see q. All the numbers inside the brackets are raised to the power of q. So that means all the exponents are going to multiply with q there. I hope you are familiar with this one. The fourth one, any number to the power of 0 should give us 1. Any number to the power of 0 should give us 1. And then this is another one, number 5. Number 5. Number 5, m multiplied by a to the power to the exponent minus x. It's going to give us m over x to the power of that. Let me see if anyone has a question. This is crash. Right, no, it's fine. We'll get to the real stuff. No, we have questions from the previous exam papers. We just want to revise, make sure that if we are all on the same page, then we'll move on. We'll get difficult ones. I know the ones you're looking for. So let me just be quick on these ones. So here are just a few of the examples that we have here. Can you all see? So we can just proceed on these ones. You all understand the exponents, judging by your messages that you sent.
Yes, sir.
All right. So just make sure you know this by your head. These are some of the examples. I'll also send this on WhatsApp so that you can refer to them when you do all this. All right. So that's fine. Most people understand, so we can proceed. So now we've got a question here. This is what we have. So calculate the following, showing all your workings. So let's do this one together, and then I'll give you one that you can do. Actually, this is an activity. I think I should just give you 2 minutes or so, and then when you are done, we can do the corrections together. Let me just give you 2 minutes, and you do this.
Thank you, sir.
If you are done, you can just do an emoji there showing that you are done. Or you can even take a picture and send to my WhatsApp if you want to. I'll just give you 2 minutes to do number one. Then after doing number one, we'll see how it was. Then we'll do the corrections and then we'll move on. If you have a question, also you're allowed to ask. Exactly. I see someone, who's this? Zoe is saying that knowing the fundamentals or the basics of math or algebra can aid you in writing an exam without being overwhelmed, stressed, or intimidated by questions. So, yeah, that's true. All right, so yeah, we've got 2 minutes. Just do number one there. Then we see if you are able to apply the laws of exponents. I don't see anyone who's done. Yeah, I see Amuhalang saying the lessons ending at 8. Yeah, just these are the last questions. These are the last questions. We're supposed to end by 8, but because of some of the disruptions that we had, so just this. In 10 minutes, we'll be done. In less than 10 minutes, actually, we'll be done. I see Sophie is done. Daniel is done. Simpiwe is done. Yeah. I see Kiachile is done. Amkelang is done. Yeah, most people are done. Yeah, that's good. It's great. I see that most people are done. That's good. So I think this was easy. That's why most people managed to finish fast. All right. Yeah, I see. Biselise, Katleho, Peño, Tusheko, all those ones are done. All right. So that's good. So let's just quickly go through it and see if what we did is correct. So we know BODMAS, we're going to start with the brackets first. All right. So it's minus, wait a minute. right, so it's minus 3. Let me just write these brackets like this. So we're going to factor in the exponent first. Let me see here. Yeah, most people are done. All right, so it's going to be minus 2. Yeah, minus 2 let me just change this color here, red. Yeah, minus 2 to the power of 2, a to the power of 3 times 2 plus okay, I see messages. Let me see what they're saying. Oh, done with number 3. This one is fast. All right, so this is the first one, minus 2. We just multiplied this 2 with everything inside, so it's minus 2 to the power of 2 and 3a to the power of that. Then we have square root of 9. Ish, don't write on my board, please. Eh? This one. Yeah, don't write on my board. You're disturbing. All right. So it's going to be square root of 9 multiplied by a to the power of 12. All right. Then minus 3. This will give me minus 2. I'm doing step by step for those who don't understand. So if you know it, please bear with me. All right. All right, so it's going to be 2 to the power of 2. It's going to be 4a to the power of 6 plus square root of 9 is 3. Then we can remove the square root here. Do you all guys remember how to remove the square root? For an example, let me just do one example here aside. If we had, let me just do it here. If we had square root of a to the power of 2, to the power of 3, it was going to be a to the power of 3 over 2. Where do I get this 2? Remember, there's a 2 here. So we're going to apply this in our question here. This is how you remove a square root. Ne? If you have, let me say, b to the power of, let me say square root b to the power, let me put 3 here and 5 here. Do you see? Ne? How do you remove a square root? You're going to say b 5 over 3. So we're going to apply the same principle even in our question here. All right, so it's going to be a to the power of 12 over 2. Then we have this, then minus 3 into 4a to the power of 6 plus 3. This pen give me challenge today. All right. So this is 3 to the power of a 6. Yes, I see Daniel has raised the question, has raised the hand.
So if you expand the negative 2a to the power of 3, won't it be negative 2 multiplied by negative 2?
Pardon?
Give you positive 4. If you expand the negative 2a to the power of 3, negative 2 times negative 2.
Just speak a little bit louder.
If you expand the negative 2a to the power of 3, won't it be negative 2 multiplied by negative 2?
Yes.
So won't it be negative, won't it be positive 4?
Yeah, your line is not quite clear. I can't hear you. Well, maybe you can type the question. Yeah, please type the question. Maybe I can hear it. All right. So now it's going to be minus 3 into, can you see that these are like terms? So it's going to be 7a to the power of 6. Then it's going to be minus 21a to the power of 6. Let me see the questions here. You wrote a. Oh yes, I made a mistake there. The negative 2 is supposed to change to 4. Sorry. I made a mistake here. So it's supposed to be positive. Let me see here. It's negative 2. Can you all hear me? All right.
Yes.
The negative 2 squared is supposed to give us 4. Eh? This is what we would get. Negative 2 squared gives us positive 4. I think this is correct. The negative 2, yes, it changes to 4. It's correct. Yes, this is how we do this question, guys. So I see on our Zoom there, it says less than 1 minute left. So it's fine. You can do number 2 as homework, and then we'll proceed with the rest on our next class. So on our next class, we're gonna do more complicated questions, as you can see here. We have other more questions. We've got also exam type questions. So thank you for your time, guys. Tomorrow we'll finish. I mean, on our next class, I will update you on the group when we are having the next class. And then, yeah, hopefully you learned something today, and then we can proceed another